You want the best advice I've ever heard? You know how I know it's the best advice? Because I didn't come up with it. I normally don't do this sort of style of video, but when something kind of pisses me off, I gotta capture it. So, how do you get the things in your life that you want? How do you get your dreams? How do you get anything? Here's a simpler question, or a simpler request. I want you to hold your breath. Holding it takes effort, especially if you're still holding it. If you're actually still holding it, you have to fight what's natural. You don't have to think about it. The only thing you really have to think about is not holding your breath. Your body wants to breathe. It has to breathe. And now all of a sudden you're coming up with ideas. You're coming up with thoughts. You're coming up with plans on how are you going to breathe next. You didn't start with plans. You started with the emotion. You started with the need to breathe. Try not eating. Try not eating for a couple days. You have to fight what's natural to not eat. And your body will find all of the ways to eat. It'll see food. It'll seek. It'll grab food for you to eat. It's that simple. You don't need 47, 57, 67 steps on plans, on thoughts on how to make your life happen well, good. You just have to feel it. So here's my simple advice. What do you want? What do you want out of life? You want $1 million? You want a Lincoln? You want a Lincoln Continental? You want things. Let's start with the $1 million. You want $1 million. You want to be rich. I want to be rich. What does it feel like to have $1 million? I don't even know. I don't know what it's like to have $1 million. That means nothing to me. That means nothing to you. That means nothing to our minds. What means something is what you're going to buy with it. You're not literally going to take $1 million. There's nothing that costs exactly $1 million. Things cost exact amounts. So you would take, let's say what? This house is $270,000. You would take $270,000 of that and buy a shitty, poorly painted garage. You would take, well, 138 a couple years ago, 138,000 of it, and buy a Lamborghini that was your childhood dream car. These start creating emotions. They don't create thoughts, they create emotions. And you know what? When you create emotions, your body naturally plans. You don't have to think first, you have to feel first. It's very simple. The reason that this pisses me off is people come up with these new specialized plans and thoughts and pay them money on how to be successful. Dumbass, there have been people that have been more successful than you many years ago. Genghis Khan, an asshole that was super successful in what he was doing years ago. It's not new. There's nothing new about what success is. Success is just emotion. And it happens to be thoughts and plans that carry out that emotion. And at the end of the day, when you're saying, was I successful? You don't think about it, you feel it. You feel good. You feel happy. This is a very simple concept that most people forget. They think that they have to think, when all you have to do is feel. For example, what happens when you don't know what it's like to have those things? You need to go out there and get them. You need to go out there and experience them. When people ask me what's my simplest advice, I get a lot of questions on, Rob, what is the quickest advice, best advice that you would give? Experience the world. Experience everything the world has to offer. You know why? Because it sets your emotions. You'll see it for yourself. You don't need to have this talking head on YouTube tell you what you want. You don't need a damn Lamborghini unless you want it. You don't need a shitty house. I hate this house, by the way. It's a great house, but it's not where I want to be. But again, it all comes down to emotions. I don't make these videos to say, hey, everybody, I'm successful because I have a damn car. It's just that the emotion that the car gives me, it's given me that since I was in second grade. And when I saw it, when I tasted that, I felt accomplished. Nothing's permanent. Nothing ever feels completely accomplished forever. But I sure as shit accomplished that, and I feel good about that. I don't need to tell you guys that. I don't need your guys' approval. I know it right in here that was a success in my life. So do that for yourself. I had the opportunity over the last week, and really the last whole year, that's why I made that awesome video. It was really for me because I felt great about it. To experience the things that I didn't even know existed. There's a lifestyle above this lifestyle. This is a very realistic, achievable life. Mine. There's no reason that anybody with an average wage, decent savings, hold off having kids for a little bit. There's nothing special about what I do. There really isn't. So I got to see a lifestyle, thanks to my dear friend Chris, that's a step above that. That I can set, I felt the emotions of what does it feel like to be at that level? What does it feel like to have that sort of discretionary income? It doesn't mean anything to say, oh God, I want $2 million so I can buy a Wyra. That means nothing to my brain or emotions. It's just kind of like a thing. It's just a saying. It just makes me feel good in front of people briefly, and then everybody goes back to their own lives. What feels good is being in that world. And you know what happens? When you're in that world that you want to be in, you sure as shit find ways to be in it because you don't want to let those people down. It's all natural. The best advice has been with us since the beginning of time, beginning of life. It's just to survive. And when you make your success and your happiness part of your survival, shit happens. So thank you for listening to this rant. I'm sure some of you have made it to this far before you turn me off. But this is just something that I can't bottle up anymore. It's a very simple concept. Don't buy anything from anybody that ever says, hey, listen to my process, my steps on success. The only thing I would ever buy is somebody who say, hey, look, here's what's worked for a lot of people in the past. I'm just delivering that message to you. I won't ever sell you any of that sort of shit. But that's the best. If you're going to buy some self-help shit, that's what I buy. I will talk to you guys soon.